Hello, welcome back. It's race day. It's round 11 of the Braintree BMX Club Summer Series. Well, it's not actually. It's the afternoon after, but I haven't been asleep yet, so it's the same day, isn't it? Got a fair bit of racing tonight. Didn't get Louie's second moto, so I've got his first moto, his third moto, and his final. I missed the second moto. I'll explain that in a minute. But I've also got the 18 plus A final and the Elite A final. Right, we got there 5:30 like normal. We did his tyre pressures and stuff like that. Make sure everything was nice and tight on the bike. Normally I film the practice, or a little bit of practice. I didn't bother this time. I was talking to people and stuff and trying to get other things sorted out. So I thought, no, I won't bother. I'll wait till the racing. And yeah, and like I say, the night was okay when we got there. The weather was okay, a little bit windy, but as the night went on, it got a bit wetter and wetter, and then by the end it was peeing down. So we might as well watch Louie's first moto. Go on, Louie! So, as you see, Louie got a 4th place in that race. And I honestly think that's the best race I've seen him do. I don't know how good it looks on the video compared to actually being there. But it was a really, really good race. And I was thinking, if it goes like this all night, you know, we're in for a really, really good night. Right. Now, this is where things started going wrong. We were sitting there, he had his drink and everything else like normal. I asked him if the bike was okay. He said, yeah, if it was okay, everything's good. All the usual sort of stuff. And I say he had his drink and that. And he literally was just about to go. And Heidi turned around and said, your back tyre's flat. And I said, what? And I looked and I went, shit, back tyre's flat. So I told him, I said, look, your tyre's flat. And I think he just thought we was winding him up. And, but yeah, it was flat. And literally, he was, like I said, just about to go to line up for the gate. So I thought, there's no way I can change the back tyre that quick. So I said, grab a bike, go out, see if you can grab a hire bike. So him and Heidi went off to get a hire bike. I took the bike back to the van, because I left the tools in the van. I don't know, I think that was my first mistake I did. And the plan was that I was going to cut the transponder off and stick it on the hire bike when it come, and then worry about the tyre later. But when I got to the van, I did my second mistake, and that was, I thought, do you know what, I reckon I can get that done. I reckon I can get that back tyre done. It's only a back tyre. So I whipped the wheel out, got the tube out of it. Louie turned up with a hire bike. Because the transponder was still on the bike, it's my fault. I should have just took the transponder off like I said I was going to do in the first place. Wasn't too fussed at the time because I think I was plenty of time. But I looked at the start gate and there was only one race before his to go, and they were getting through them at a quarter rate. So quickly cut the transponder off, and Louie got some cable ties, or bought some cable ties with him for the transponder. Now they were quite thick cable ties, and this is a transponder, just in case you don't know what a transponder is. And this is why I did my next big mistake. I put the cable ties straight through the back, straight through, you know, so I can round here from one little loop, and we can see it from one loop to the other loop. And because they were so big and thick, they just got jammed in there. And I thought, oh, I've got nothing to pull them with. But luckily I had this. This what we used to call a third hand. I know people didn't call them different things, a lot of cable. That's all it is, a cable puller. And you would have seen it on my other channel in the past. I've had this about 18 years. When I used to actually repair push bikes and stuff. That's another story for another time. Anyway, but yeah, so I got this on the cable ties and I pulled them through. But normally what I do is I go in here and come around the front of it and then come back. So the idea is if these lugs break, the cable tie still hopefully got it tight. So anyway, I quickly done that to the bike. I said to him, tyres a bit spongy. I said, do you want them pumped up? He went, no, I ain't got time. Well, obviously his race was actually about to line up by this time. We're only talking seconds, by the way. We're only talking seconds, but like, they're not going to hang around and wait for you. I mean, they will put a little bit of time because they knew what was going on with Louis, but they've got quite a bit to get through, so there weren't going to be many minutes, you know what I mean? So yeah, Louis went up for Louis was lining up there. I was still fiddling with his bike because I really wanted to get it done for the third moto. And next time I looked up, and he'd gone for line. So by the time I actually looked up properly, he was actually coming down the fourth straight towards me. So I didn't get it on film, but he got a sixth place. When I checked the tyre pressure, because he brought the bike straight over to me in the car park, both tyres have got 40 pound of pressure in them, so the tyres were well low. And yeah, if you could see me looking up, he's moving bikes around outside, so I'm trying to see what he's doing out there. So obviously at this point, I first thought, stuff it, I'm going to chuck everything in the back of the van, lock it up, and I'm going to watch some bloody racing. Because I was standing there getting soaking wet, and I just thought, what is the point? He's happy with the bike. I went over to see Josh, and I said, he hasn't got a number plate on the front of the bike. His plate, I said, does he need it? And he said, he's got his transponder. Don't worry about it, he went, just don't worry about it. I thought, right, I'm not going to worry about it. So I filmed Moto 3, but I literally just run there. So all the heavy breathing all the way through this now is, I run through the pits, what was at least 10 feet, or the car park, at least 10 feet. And then, like I say, I just got there in time to film the third moto. Go on, Louis! So as you see, he got another fourth. Good race. You'll notice that the bike he's on is identical to his bike. It's exactly the same. The only difference is it hasn't got a number on the handlebars. So it's an identical bike. Did say the handlebars seem further back on that one, but you know, it might be because it hasn't got the plate on it, I don't know. But yeah, so it will look like for the rest of this video that he's on his bike, but he's not. He's on a higher bike. You'll hear me laughing at the end there because I don't know if you can hear the commentary, but it was all about basically this channel and the fact that he started watching my other channel, but his wife won't let him watch it. So now I've said that, I might get him in trouble, but there you go. At this point, I've got to give a big shout out to Accelerate Bike School for sponsoring the hire bike what we hired and this video. Now, for anyone who don't know Accelerate Bike School, they specialise in BMX training and mountain bike training. They may do other bike training as well, but I know that's what they specialise in. But check them out. They're on Facebook and Instagram. Now, they train for everybody, every age group. So, well worth looking into if you're into BMXing or mountain biking. Anybody at Braintree BMX Club will know them. They train from novices right up to like world champion level, and now European level, champion level. As you may know, you've been following everything that's been going on lately. Yeah, so they're really, really good. I've watched kids turn up there who can just about ride a bike, and there's no way they're going to get around a BMX track. An hour and a half later, you wouldn't believe the difference. You really wouldn't believe the difference. And that's how good they are. They are really good. They're good for all age groups. Doesn't matter if you're 6, 7 years old or you're 90 years old. It wouldn't make a difference to them. They'd still be able to teach you something. And even if you think you know it all, it doesn't hurt to check these places out and learn a bit more. So check them out. They're on Facebook and Instagram. Like I say, I'll put the little thing up again at the end of the video so you can check out, make sure you get the right one. Go on, Louie! Right, as you see, he got a 7th place. Now, it was a merge race. There was a girl in front of him, but she'd been booked in as 13 to 16 instead of her female 13 plus or whatever it is. So he didn't get moved up. I don't know if that will get altered because they put her points into whatever. I don't know. But he got 7th place. We're well happy with that. I know people will probably want to know about the battle going on between him and the other lad because there's always been a few points in it. For some reason, the other lad didn't turn up. I hope he's on holiday or something. I hope he's not, you know, unwell or hurt himself or something silly like that. I don't want that to happen because that would ruin it. But if he's on holiday, that's all good. So there's quite a gap there now between. Louis got quite a gap ahead of him. But he could come back and Louis could end up missing, you know, lots. Anybody could be ill or anything any time, couldn't they? So it could all come back again and the battle could be back. Yeah, so for the moment that battle's over. I'm hoping, like I say, he ain't hurt himself or something like that, the other lad. I hope he's just on holiday or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was good. Louis was happy with that that A final as well. So yeah, I can't complain at that. As long as he's happy, that's what really matters. We are trying to enjoy it as much as we can. And I did come home. I was buzzing. Even when I was walking the dogs in the rain, you know, sort of 11 o'clock at night, it still felt buzzing, you know. But I must admit, I didn't sleep because I got to about 4 o'clock this morning, and all I can think about is why didn't I just do the transponder? Why didn't I just do it? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just regret things you do and what you say, and it sometimes. And last night was one of them moments, I think. But yeah, it was good. Anyway, let's get some more bikes going because that's what we want to watch, isn't it? So I've got the 18 plus, senior 18 plus, A final. I wanted to record the B final. It was a good race, but I was fiddling around, you know how it is. So I didn't get a chance to do it. So I done the senior A final. So let's watch it. That was another good race from the seniors. So it's a really good class. I wish I'd got the B final because that was really good as well. And well worth watching a lot. So I watched it, but I didn't bother filming it because I was fiddling with the bike, trying to get the transponder on that off the bike, so it could go back. And yeah, it's good. Now the elite race was good as well, the A final, because Josh had a puncture on his bike, so he used a higher bike as well, which is obviously the same as ours. Lou did say he thinks that was a Pro, not a Pro XL as well, and he's a tall bloke, so it's quite interesting to see how he got on with it and what you can do with it, you know, with one of them bikes. Gives Lou a bit of confidence, I think. And yeah, and afterwards Josh come back round and he did the double. He jumped the double. Louis sort of said, I think he's going to jump the double, and I was sort of fiddling with the bike, so I didn't have time to get the phone out to film it, but I wish I had, because that was well high, and it just proves what that bike can do with the right rider. So that, like I say, it gives Louis a bit of confidence in the bike, which is good. Round 12 is not happening as far as I know, but double check, not turn up because I've said so, you know, double check that round 12 is not happening. I've got a few ideas of what I'm going to do for that for next week, but it might not happen depending on the weather. So if not, I'll see it around 13 basically. I'll either see it at the track or I'll see on a video on a Friday. Anyway, I'm going to go watch the A final of the elite. That's really good. And remember, it's okay not to be okay. All right, and I'll see you next time. Bye.